What's up, my creatures of the night? I'm back, and I'm better than ever. I feel good, feel very good. Now, this video was kind of just out of the blue, just because I didn't want to make people wait any longer after my absence. I guess I wanted to bring back Throwback Tuesdays, but it's freaking Wednesday today, so I'm gonna do like a instead of Throwback Tuesdays, let's call it a Way Back Wednesday. I don't know, man. I guess I can just talk about bands that I grew up listening to before I don't know, before I became a full-on fucking metalhead and before I knew all this whole fucking category of bands. It was just the roots that I grew up with. Obviously, one band for me growing up was Led Zeppelin. Those guys. I've been listening to those guys since I was like, maybe 8, 9. I know this is cliche, but one of the first songs I heard by them was "Stairway to Heaven," and I love that song. And after that song, I started checking out their albums, and they are kick-ass. They've stuck around since I was 8. Well, like, in my music collections and stuff I listen to. I'd say my favorite songs by Led Zeppelin would be "Thank You," probably "Moby Dick," one of the greatest drum solos of all time. It's another good one. "Heartbreaker," that one's pretty good too. But yeah, Led Zeppelin's one of the bands that I started off with growing up and stuff. Also used to listen to Queen, surprisingly. I don't listen to them as much as I used to, but I used to really love Queen. I had one of their records actually. At my grandparents, they had News of the World on vinyl, and I used to just go and hang out in the basement. It was, we used to have an Xbox down there and stuff, and I used to listen to that album crazy, almost every day. I used to listen to that record. That had all the We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions and stuff. My favorite track off that record though was Sheer Heart Attack, and another one I like is Show Must Go On. That's a good one. Freddie Mercury's voice is really what makes the music. He can, I think he can sing, or could sing any octave. It's crazy. That guy's vocal range is insane. You listen to it and it sounds like it can be replicated, but then you try it and it's impossible. Other bands I grew up listening to: Pink Floyd in recent years. Those guys, since I was maybe 13, started getting into Pink Floyd. Again, I started off with the obvious ones, The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon, but then I really got into Saucer Full of Secrets and Adam Mother Heart. I can't remember what it was called. The one with the cow on it. I haven't heard it in a long time, but that was a really good one. But no, Saucer Full of Secrets is probably my favorite Pink Floyd album. It's before they got really progressive, and it was in the late 60s. They had a bit of a psychedelic sound, It was before all the storytelling came along and the whole prog rock thing came in. They were still in the psychedelic transition. Deep Purple. Those guys. Hang on, let me pull out something here. I've had this for a long time. If you guys probably seen the video where I go through my record collection. You probably haven't. It's a very old video. I had like the handlebar mustache in that video. This is probably one of the worst Deep Purple albums I've ever heard. And this is probably one of the best. Deep Purple and Rock. My camera's mirrored, but yeah, that's Deep Purple and Rock. And two songs I love off that album: Speed King, Child in Time. Now, there's other Deep Purple God, I can't talk today. There's other Deep Purple albums. Fireball's a good one. Woman from Tokyo is off that album. Really like that song. Obviously, Motorhead. You know, I've actually heard Motorhead when I was like 5 years old. I was watching WrestleMania, and they actually played Triple H's theme song like live at the show, and it was just fucking kick-ass, man. It was amazing. I got a couple Motorhead records. I got a few of their CDs as well. Might as well just, you know, pull them out here. This was, it wasn't their most recent album. It was like one of the, I think their second last one, Aftershock. It's a good one. Iron Fist, my favorite. Yeah, Motorhead, they always just stuck to their sound, man. They didn't give a fuck what anybody thought. You know, they never tried to be something they weren't. They were always just themselves. And whether you love them or hate them, you know, they couldn't care less. And Lemmy, that guy was a badass, man. That guy was awesome. How could I forget this band? It's fucking Black Sabbath, man. Those guys, like, man. First song I heard by Black Sabbath was actually Paranoid. Guitar Hero 3. I had Guitar Hero 3. And Paranoid was the first song I heard. And then I bought the whole Paranoid album. And after that, I bought their first album. I have it on CD and vinyl. I don't mean to make this like a record-digging video, but I might as well just pull it out at this point. Oh, where is it? It's all alphabetized. It should be here. Yikes. Can't seem to find it. I'm pretty sure I had that album on vinyl. Maybe I don't. But I'm pretty sure I bought it. Oh yeah, I do. Very first album. I love Wasp, Behind the Walls of Sleep, basically in NIB. It's like best fucking medley I've ever heard. I saw them live about a year ago. Actually, it was exactly a year ago. And they fucking killed it, man. They put on a good show. It was amazing. Man, wish I could see them again. But I think this is the end. Then I got that album, and then I got Masters of Reality, which, another amazing album. Children of the Grave is a fantastic song. Yeah, and surprisingly, growing up, I listened to a lot of punk. Like Suicidal Tendencies, I listened to them when I was like maybe 12, 13. I like the Descendants. Obviously the Ramones. Rocket to Russia was the album that got me into punk. I like the Damned. They were good. Black Flag, of course. But yeah, aside from punk, I listened to a lot of grunge. Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, Temple of the Dog, Soundgarden. Those guys were... I've been listening to those guys since I was like 10. Like, those guys have been probably part of the soundtrack of my life. Surprisingly, I listened to My Bloody Valentine. It sounds like a cheesy emo metalcore band or something like that, but it's really not. The album came out in like 1991, and it's like probably the best shoegaze album out there. It's a good album. It's called Loveless, and like if you look at the album cover, the music pretty much describes the album cover. It's amazing. I did grow up with Limp Bizkit, but I lost interest in them a long time ago. But they were surprisingly relevant and popular in my childhood days. Same with Linkin Park. Don't really listen to them anymore. Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace were huge growing up. I still listen to their older stuff. I don't really follow anything new that they've put out. But yeah, their older stuff's always good. You throw on 1X by 3 Days Grace. It's 2005. I'm 8, and for some reason I'm pissed off. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of those big shiny tunes, the alternative rock and stuff. That was really big growing up. Surprisingly, Nickelback. I actually don't mind Nickelback. I feel like people only hate them because it's cool to hate them now. But yeah, that's just some of the stuff I grew up with. Why don't you go ahead and comment some of the stuff that you guys grew up listening to? Well, what were your gateway bands? What were the bands that got you into what you're into today? It doesn't just have to be metal or rock. Anybody can express their opinion. Um, what were bands or albums or musicians that really changed your life in a way? For me, it was, again, Motorhead. Oh, Metallica. Obviously, grew up in Metallica. Um, have Ride the Lightning on vinyl. Uh, yeah, Metallica was probably life changing for me. Pantera, I also grew up with. See, I could go on for so long. But yeah, Pantera and Metallica. Forgot about those guys. Those were two of my favorites actually for the longest time. Just Dimebag, man, he was amazing. But yeah, comment what your gateway bands were, what you grew up with, that kind of thing. And I'd love to interact with whatever fans I have left. Talk to you guys later.